wanted to start off by thanking the Chamber for co-hosting the breakfast this morning. They've done this every year, and certainly I think all of us look forward to that. All of the staff for sure look forward to that. We want to thank all of the employers for your mentoring, for your help in starting our outstanding seniors out on a good first position, and all of your work and assistance and leadership throughout the time with our seniors. Certainly staff, the outstanding job that you do every year, and taking on new students each time, and working to get the best out of them and prepare them for their careers. Certainly your parents, students, I hope that you'll thank them for the journey. And outstanding seniors, you know, it's been a terrific year. And there's been some bad weather at times, some things that you've had to endure along the way. We know it's not always easy. As you prepare for your next step in life, but you've shown to be leaders. We've had state winners, national contestants. We've seen your leadership not only in the classrooms and the labs, but in the hallways, out in the community. And we hope you'll continue to do that as we move forward. We hope you'll keep us apprised in the future of how you're doing. A lot of outstanding students here. You've taken a great step. We really appreciate your contributions this year to the Career Center and your work with other students. We welcome you here. I think you'll have a great breakfast, and we'll get started. And you didn't come here to hear me, so we'll get started.
All right, if I could have everybody's attention, wanted to at least say a couple things before we introduce our keynote speaker. But on behalf of the Wooster Area Chamber of Commerce and our Board of Directors, we'd like to say congratulations to the students for their being recognized here today. Much of the professional development decisions that young adults make are based on real-life opportunities and experiences. And for you as seniors to essentially already have that experience through your workplace setting, you are leaps and bounds ahead of your peers. I commend each and every one of you not only for excelling in your coursework, but also for achieving success in your job placement this past year. To the instructors of these fine young men and women, we thank each and every one of you for playing the important role of educating, guiding, and mentoring these young students in many of the important life decisions that they have made over the past couple of years. To the private businesses that are here, and there are many, we thank you for allocating the time and the resources in opening your doors to the workforce of tomorrow. Your support of these students is vitally important in assuring that effective on-the-job training and experiences are realized. And to bring up our keynote speaker, we were talking here today at the table, our keynote speaker is a young local professional, who graduated from Central Christian High School. And I won't tell you what year, I'll just keep you guessing on that. But he left Central Christian High School and attended both TCU and Akron, majoring in history and philosophy. And you'll see once he gets up here that he didn't quite stay that path. Some real life experiences introduced him to what he calls digital marketing. And this is where our keynote speaker, Mr. Luke Martin, found his passion and his drive for his professional life. And consequently, he founded birdeyedesign.co, by the way. So www.birdeyedesign.co. 2008, and they are a professional videography, web development, and brand marketing and development company here in Wooster. And off the script, just to tell you that there's no doubt about it that Bird Eye Design in the past 6 years have climbed the ladder and are recognized not only in Wooster, but in the region and in the state of Ohio. And recently, the Ohio Chamber of Commerce recognized Bird Eye Design as a finalist in the entire state of Ohio for the Excellence in Entrepreneurship Award. So they are definitely an up-and-coming company and are probably the most hip company in Wayne County, and Luke Martin leads that charge. So I'd like to bring him up, the founder and president of Bird Eye Design, Mr. Luke Martin.
Thank you, Justin, for those kind words. I don't know if they're deserving. If you think we're hip, you should see our calves, our feet, our arms. I think we're all pretty good. We got some athletes at our place. I'd like to say thank you to the Career Center for inviting me out, and the Chamber. I'd also like to say thank you to the Wooster Country Club. If you guys have appreciated this food as much as I have, let's just give them a round of applause. I'm truly honored to be here today to speak to the seniors, and since we're all kind of spread out, can the seniors raise their hands so I know just exactly where we're at? Okay, awesome, perfect, cool. Congratulations, guys. Good work. I am well aware that what I'm about to say today probably you will not remember for the next 80 years of your life. I hope, though, that what I do say is just a small part of the encouragement that you receive as you progress through your life, as you go about your goals and achieve your objectives. I can't expect any more from you than I don't expect from myself, and I must admit that I don't remember anything from the graduation speeches that I listened to in 2004, as Justin did not want to give away my graduation date in 2004. And to be totally honest, I spoke at my own graduation and I have no clue what I said. So that doesn't mean it can be disregarded. It's something that I hope that throughout your life you come in contact with folks that spur you on to be the best possible version of yourself. Those small details of how that happens can't always be recollected, especially for myself. The whole reason you are here is because you are driven, you are diligent, you are hardworking, and you have seen success because of that. And what I want to talk about today is something that I think folks don't communicate that comes with success. And it might sound as common sense, but a lot of times with success, expectations come with success. Okay? When you're successful, you should expect yourself to continue to build upon what you've learned, what you've accomplished. So as you're sitting here as seniors today, this is just the launching point. This is not a senior recognition ceremony just to say, good job, you've done your part, you've contributed to society, and nothing more is expected of you. On the contrary, you are right on the edge of blasting out into the world, being game changers, changing folks' perspectives, educating folks, and giving them the ability to achieve their own dreams. So with those expectations, sometimes expectations can be bad. Sometimes you can perceive expectations that don't exist. Sometimes you can have unrealistic expectations placed upon you. And so today I want to talk about finding your balance. Okay, finding a place where you feel fulfilled and content, and you go to bed at night just wanting to wake up and attack the day. I want you guys to find your purpose. I want you guys to be driven. And to do that, I believe that you have to have balance. A couple years ago, I came across a teaching that I thought spoke really well to this, and I was reminded just about 3 months ago of the same teaching. So I wanted to kind of share it with you. It's not my idea. I'm not John Maxwell. I'm not here to plug my latest book. You guys notice every time John Maxwell speaks, he's plugging a book. Unbelievable. Anyway, I digress. So I want you to think of your life as this glass, okay? I want you to consider and be imaginative with me that there is a hole in the bottom of this glass that is slowly draining out the water. So if you can picture the hole in your mind's eye, we have two entry points, one entry and one exit. So if your life is this glass and we can think of it as your tank. You know, have you ever heard someone say, man, my tank is empty. I'm just burnt out. Think of this as your tank, as your glass. Think of this as your emotional, your physical, and your mental health. Okay? All boiled down right into this. Isn't that awesome? Just right in that glass. It is important that you find a balance of being filled up as well as being drained. Giving back to folks, being involved in things that require energy, being involved in things that make you grow, that aren't comfortable. Okay? The important thing to know here is that this can be activities that fill you up, activities that drain you. This can be people that fill you up, or people that drain you. And it's important that you find a balance that works for you, that puts you in a good spot emotionally, mentally, and physically. Okay? So let's talk about filling up the glass. Okay? You should take the time to figure out, and judging by the placements that you guys are in and the school education elements that you're taking on, you guys have a good idea of what you want to do professionally. Okay? Well, I would suggest and encourage you to continue to assess what fills you up within your profession. What specific activities really get you going that energize you more than they actually drain you. Okay? Identify those. Take the time to see that. It's important, though, that as you're filling up your life, be it professional, be it personal, be it social, it's important that you still have that drain on the bottom of your tank. And I'll explain why. If you just have a full tank and all you're doing is things that are really easy to you and feels really good to you, you're going to become the most boring person in the world, and this is the last recognition dinner you will be a part of. Because you're not growing. You will become lazy. You will become something that people won't look to for leadership, for feedback, for consultation. I wasn't going to tell this story yet, but when I went down, it's almost sad, but it's kind of funny. When I went down to TCU, 18-year-olds in a dorm room, it's very difficult for some individuals to deal with that freedom. I had a roommate who I met. I can't even remember his name. I might have a memory problem because as I've already said, that's the second thing I can't remember. But what I do remember from that roommate is that he spent his time filling up his tank with Xbox, and specifically Halo. And I'm not talking, they probably have like 6 different Halos since then, but the very first Halo, all he would do all day long is play Xbox, video games. He didn't get up from his bed except to go get food. He didn't go to a single class, and by Thanksgiving, he was out of school. He did not grow, he was not challenged, and he ended up not even achieving his dream of getting a college education. He was actually kicked out of the school. He spent all his time filling up his tank. Okay? He had nothing where he was actually giving back, being responsible, and doing the things that weren't always easy. Now, do you guys understand where I'm coming from with filling up your tank and doing things that are fun, whether it's sports, whether it's hanging out with friends, those types of things? Those are all good things when it comes to your workplace. If you really like meetings, or you really like creating things, or you like fixing things, those are all great things. But eventually, you're going to stop growing. Eventually, there's nothing more to achieve. So, the other bad part about this tank is that you might not be filling up your lives at all. You might actually just be giving and giving and giving and not doing anything that actually helps you as an individual. This is where stress comes in. I know for me, I'm an habitual yes person. I love to say yes to everything. And in the past couple years, I've been setting up boundaries for myself to watch the size of my drain so that I don't have a week that I have 200 different appointments on my schedule. Okay? So when it comes to your drain, you have to be very careful, because if you're doing a lot of things that require a lot of energy and you start to feel stressed and you start to feel dead tired at the end of the day and you don't have enough energy after work to contribute to the relationships that you find valuable, that's a problem. That needs to be fixed. You've got a drain issue. And what happens is if you live in a perpetual state of stress, okay? Now, I'm not a psychologist, so just check this on Wikipedia quick. But if you live in a perpetual state of stress, you will start to have anxiety. If you allow that to occur, eventually you may run the risk of having an anxiety attack, which then could go into an emotional breakdown, and then, God forbid, a nervous breakdown. So it's important to protect your drain, because as you are successful, folks are going to look to you for more and more and more. And it's important that you identify, what am I really good at? What do I love doing? What are the tasks that fill my tank that drain other people's tanks? And what are the tasks that drain my tank but fills other people's tanks? Do you follow me thus far? So what we're doing here is that we're creating a balance that puts us in our sweet spot. It puts us working in our strengths. So at work, it's important to play hard and it's important to work hard, okay? But people get this mixed up. A lot of times folks will say, they tell me all the time, Luke, yeah, work hard, play hard, that's what I'm all about, yep. And really, as I look at them, they're all about working hard. Or they're all about playing hard. There's not a good mix. You're going to hear that statement a lot throughout your life. Please don't ever use that in an interview. But the one thing that you need to know is, however hard you work, you need to make time to play that hard as well. It's not like many times you can get so wrapped up in your profession that Jack becomes a dull boy, that you have nothing more to give out in your entire life. If you look at social, personal, and your professional life, you need to make sure that you're spending the time to develop your own personal capabilities and things like this, so that you're not draining yourself all the time. The first thing that goes away when things get hard, when things get tough, is that people will start to cut off their input into what fills their tank. When your drain is full bore, it's a difficult time. It's, a farmer during harvest time, he's all work. He's got to get that done. That drain is on full bore. Even if he loves doing even if farming is something that fills him up, eventually that's going to become a drain. And what we have a tendency of doing is when we're draining and we're just giving our all and our all and our all, and we're working, we're volunteering, we tend to cut off the input into the top of this glass. Okay, so what I like to do personally, one of the things that I've found is that I make time on the weekends to make sure that my tank is being filled up, because during the week I love to go 100%. I love being refreshed coming out of Monday, waking out of bed on Monday and just going as hard as I can, knowing that on Friday afternoon, about 5 o'clock, sometimes 6, it's going to shut down, and I'm going to be doing some things that are going to be a lot of fun, that I'm going to really enjoy, that are going to bring my tank level back up, okay? So it's important to realize that when you feel stressed, when you're working very hard, because all of you guys are great achievers, and you always will be if you keep a great attitude, you're going to be tempted to cut off your input into your tank. Now, so hopefully you're getting the concept that you need to identify things at work that you love doing, that really rewards you, and then you also need to identify the things that you just have to gut through and get them done, and that is a drain on your tank. What you need to know is that what fills you up today might not fill you up when you're my age, when you're 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever. Throughout your life, you need to identify that your priorities may change. Okay, so when we first started our business, one of the things that filled me up was receiving a bunch of emails. We were just talking about this at our table here this morning. I love getting emails because that meant there was work coming in and there was all kinds of good things happening, and there was things to talk about. That was something that filled my tank. I got so excited about it. Well, then I got a BlackBerry in 2008, and I started taking that BlackBerry home, where I had a newlywed, my wife, and instantly it was not a good thing to have emails go from 5 to 10 o'clock at night. It became a problem. It became a drain to my tank because it wasn't allowing me to truly rest my batteries as well as be faithful to the responsibilities of home life. So what I realized is that I need to cut this off. I need to be very careful with this. And for the last 3 years, I've had a smartphone, but I don't receive any emails on it. I use it for fun. I got a racing game. I used to have FIFA. Got some really cool things on there, but I use it to fill my tank. And I love it because those emails are going to be there tomorrow morning, and they're also going to come in, right as I'm leaving the door, and I'll handle those. But once I get home, I have set up boundaries that I know that are going to be fulfilling to me, because checking emails all the time is going to drain my tank. Another story that I have, just real quickly, is that I used to love to ride motorcycles. I had a motorcycle, and I would ride it all the time. Would take it on long trips down to Hilton, heading back, and would have a great time. Well, one summer I accidentally totaled my truck. Didn't hurt anybody, but I accidentally did it. And I told my wife, I said, I'm not going to buy a car. I'm not going to get another vehicle. I'm going to ride my bike everywhere. This is a godsend. This is awesome. This is going to be so cool. So rain or shine, 40 degrees, 80 degrees, I was on my bike, going to sales meetings, doing things, walking into meetings with wind-whipped hair, thinking I was so cool because I was on a motorcycle. During that year, I rode my motorcycle 11 months out of 12 months, which was not easy, and I thought it as an achievement. But what I found once I put my bike away in February is that I hated riding a motorcycle. I had ridden that thing so much that I'm trying to sell it, and if you guys are interested, just see me in the parking lot. I got an awesome payment plan. I don't even want to touch a motorcycle. I don't even want to look at my motorcycle. I'm mad that I have to park beside it in my garage. It used to fill me up, but now just thinking about it and telling you gets me fired up, and it becomes a drain. So you need to be always assessing what it is that fills you up and what drains you. The final thing is that if you do not know what exactly your calling is, what exactly it is that you really get fired up about, or that really drains your energy. I have lots of friends who say, Luke, I just don't get excited about anything. And that's okay. That's okay. If you're not sure what fills up your tank, don't worry about it. What I would recommend is that you find someone that does know what fills up that person's tank, and then go help them fill their tank. Go help them be part of the tank drain when it comes to doing difficult tasks at work. Help your coworker out. If you know that that's something that they hate doing and it works with your schedule, and your supervisor has already said, we value teamwork, and if it doesn't affect your productivity, you can help out, go do that. It's not all about us as individuals. It's not about taking a silent retreat down to the Georgia wilderness for 2 weeks to find out who we are. That's not what I'm talking about. These are things that will come to you over the course of your life. But before you get to that point where you say, this is what I'm about, this is what I'm good at, this is what I need help with, but this is what I'm about, until you get to that point, go partner with someone that's already gotten to that stage. I've already talked too much than what I was told to talk, and this is something I'm very passionate about, and I hope that my passion doesn't skew the communication here or the message, because I really think it's important that you guys find balance. Do not allow things. Do not think that you have to take on the world by yourself. Do not think that you are the end-all, be-all in terms of making this world go round. You play an important role in that, but you don't have to be Superman, Spider-Man, Hammer, Thor, whatever Marvel movies out right now. You can apply that analogy to that. But what I want you to do, and what I want to leave you with, is something that I always preach to the guys at our office. I encourage you to maximize the potential within you, to seize the opportunities in front of you so that you can change the lives of those around you. Thank you.